Hey guys, welcome to the another interesting video here. I am going to show you the best note-taking application that I love to use and I'm currently using. So which is basically Docs, which is Google Docs, which seems to be pretty convenient as compared to OneNote. I just felt this seems to be pretty good than OneNote. So let's open the Docs. So this is the Google Docs, and here I just want you to show how you can use this properly, how you can make this as super convenient, super note-taking application. Okay, so basically if you're using a smartphone, then you can also view your note from the smartphone itself, and I think this seems to be pretty more convenient than the OneNote application. So let's have a look on it. Like we are going to start here at course. Here we can see an option here called document tabs, which you will be able to see an add tab option, and we have the tab one, and we can see about sub tab. Inside that we can also add the sub tabs. Like you can just right click here and just rename these as module 1, and you can just click here and view the tab 2, which seems to be sub tab, and you can also right click here and change this to content like a food printing. Okay, so after that you can see this is the module 1. Inside that I added the food printing content, and here when I click the food printing, here I am just entering a reconnaissance. Okay, so what I'm going to do is select completely, and I have an option here to increase the size of the font according to your requirements. So I just clicked and increased, and we have the spelling and grammar check, which seems to be pretty good. So when you move here, you can see there is no available suggestion. So for example, I will show you one more thing. When you press enter, you'll be able to see the spelling got changed. Seems to be pretty good, right? So it automatically makes it capitalized by pressing just an enter button. So you can just move accordingly like these, or you can also select these, and you can see there's an align option and lane option and checklist option and a lot more option. So in the align option, you can just select this one, which seems to be center align. That's it. This is how you center a lane with just a click, and it seems not to be center aligned. So basically this seems to be pretty good for me. So this is reconnaissance. Okay, so basically when I select here completely and I'm just clicking the underline button, so this is how I underline the contents. And I do have the bold button. If you want to bold the entire thing, then you can just enable this bold. You can also press the control plus B button for enabling bolding, and you do have italic button, which seems to be good when you press enter. Like you can just enter something like the first thing, like you can think about some tools that you can use to perform reconnaissance, like shorthand. So this seems to be an underline here, right? So you can just click here to remove. You can just click the bold to unbold. You can just change the size of the font based on your requirement. You can just add this to somewhere in the left, and these are the tools, right? So I'm just pressing enter here, and here I'm just pressing enter again, and I'm just moving here, and I'm just entering something called tools. Press enter here and it automatically capitalized, right? This seems to be great, right? And you can also add some thing like about 30 in that, and here you can see it's a tool, right? So what we can do here is to go and click in the bulleted list. When you click here, as you can see, it's in the bulleted list, right? So it's enable the bullets, right? So you can also change this accordingly. Like we have numbered list, which when you click this numbered list, you can see whenever you move on, you can see it is counting the numbers. Like it will show 1 2 when you enter some tools or something like this here, right? So I'm just here entering some another tool called senses. and press enter, and it is 3. Now when I enter something, then I press enter, then it will make us 4, and we can also utilize this numbered list utility. And we have decrease ascent, and we have increase ascent, etc. Like we have this button where we can just select A, B, C accordingly. Like in senses, you can just select something called FTP, or like this you can just use those methods, right? Increase and decrease ascents, right? So this seems to be pretty good, especially for me, and for a lot of people it seems to be pretty good. And you also have an insert image option, which you can just click here to add an image into here. But the pretty good way that I will recommend you to use is go to a website. Here I'm just visiting a website which contains a pretty free images here. So I'm just selecting here, and just opening an image, just right click and just click copy image, and just right click here. So without downloading the image, I was able to paste it here. And have you noticed, guys, whenever you enter some contents here like this, you can see it's saving. So the best part here is it will automatically saves to this Gmail account, which you can further access on your smartphone too. You just don't need to press Control S or something like that. When you enter something here, it will get automatically saves into your Gmail account. You can just access this in your smartphone, you can just access this in your computer later, right? This seems to be pretty good. You don't miss your content. Once you add this, it will automatically get it saved. Done. Okay. Moreover, we do have plenty of functions here. When I select here, I was able to see an emoji option. Here I can add emojis based on what I want. This seems to be a command which, when once you select here and click add command, and you can just add the command that you would like to add to this particular text. Okay, so when you select this, you can see the command here. So this is how you add the comments. So for example, I'm here adding this and clicking add command and selecting AAA and just command. So whenever I click here, it gets popped up, right? Like this, right? So and we can enter something called cyber security in a wrong spelling. So this seems to be wrong spelling, right? So when you click here, you can see spelling suggestion is here, which seems to be pretty convenient. Even if you enter some wrong spelling, it will automatically make you correct your spellings, which seems to be pretty good. And you can also click here for normal text, for title, for subtitle, heading 1, heading 2, etc. here. And you can also change your fonts based on what you want, right? So here I'm just changing to Comic Sans, and so whatever I am doing, the fonts is changed to Comic Sans. Like that, you can change the font based on what you want. Okay, this seems to be pretty good for some people who would like to use on a single font. So for those peoples, which seems to be good, right? And you do have a lot of fonts available, so you can use based on what you prefer, and which I love to use. And you do have an other option here, I just missed, I think. So there is an option called print. If you have printer, then you can just click here and print your notes, which seems to be pretty convenient. No moreover, we do have a plenty of things here called insert link, right? So when you click here in the cyber security, I'm just adding insert link option, and here you can just paste a link here. So I'm just adding something called soundtransfer.me. So I'm just clicking apply, and what happens here, it basically become a link. So once you click here, you can see you'll be able to click to that link that you added there, right? So this seems to be pretty good. You can also add the link based on what you want, based on how you like to use this tool. And you do have italic. When you select italic, it seems to be like this, which seems good, right? So moreover, you do have zoom. So based on what you want, you can just zoom accordingly. So I'm just clicking the h to fit, which seems to be good right now. And you can see a lot of options, and we have the border color option. So we can also color the border based on what you like to use. So the color was gone. Once I select this, you can see We have insert link, add command, insert image. You can also click here and insert image, or you can also copy and paste the image that I shown before. And you do have a plenty of things here. So now I'm just unselecting bold, underline, italic, and I'm just moving here, and you can see there is a numbered list and distance, clear formatting. So I'm just clicking clear formatting. Once I click that, it get changed, right? So now what I'm going to do is to increase the font size based on what I want. And I am going to click in here. We have the paint, we have the paint format. So you can just click that if you want, and we have the spelling and grammar check and a plenty of things. I think I just missed that color option somewhere here, but I could not be able to see the color option. Maybe it will be some kind of issues, like when you move to something like this, what you can do is just click here, and it will clear the format, and which seems to be good, right? You can also press Control Z. If something went wrong, we usually press Control Z, right? And I'm just clicking the highlight color option. You can see this is the highlight color option. So we can just click and just highlight this as a color based on what you want, based on the color that you want. Like you use markers in your books for highlighting. Like that, we can use these kinds of tools based on what you love to use. Okay, and we have the file option here where you can add new, and we can just open. You can just make a copy. You can just share this to others, or publish this to web. You can just email this file. You can just download this as docx, open document, PDF, plain text, and many more. And you have a rename option to change the name, and you do have edit option where you can undo, like Control Z. And you also have redo option, which seems to be good. A lot of tools missing redo option, so here I love to see that redo option here. So which means that we can just press Control Z to move back, but once I'm here, Jake, I can press Control Y to redo, which seems to be good, and I love to use redo. And we have the view option where we have the mode which contain editing, suggestion, viewing, and commands, and many more. And we have the insert option where you can insert an image, or you can also insert a table based on how many you want. Like I'm just selecting this here, I can add whatever I want, and here I'm just selecting symbols and just adding this, and insert and moving to symbols, emoji, and which seems to be good, right? And we can also click here and go to here in the symbols. We have the special characters. We can just use the character that you would like to use. When I click that, this is the symbol that I would like to add. So like that, you can use this tool. There's a lot of plenty of useful features that you can just use in this tool. Moreover, table, we have the building blocks, and we have the smart chips, we have the link, we have the drawing, we have the chart, but you can also add the charts. As you can see, this is the chart I just added into a column in a table, and like that you can add a lot of things. We have the horizontal lane, and plenty of break option. We can just click page break, and a plenty of options available in the insert. And we have format, which contains bold, italic. Not only that, underline. You can also see a much options like strike through and superscript, subscript, etc. And you can see header and footer, page numbers. You can also add the page numbers based on one, right? As you can see, it's 2 and it's 1, right? So we can also add the page numbers, which seems to be pretty convenient, pretty useful. I just fell in love with these Google Docs because of this amount of functionalities that they are offering. Moreover, you can also use your phone, and you'll be able to get all the contents will get automatically saved, which seems to be pretty good for me. And you do have tools for spelling and grammar checks, spelling suggestion, and word count, and a plenty of other options. So in the extensions, we have the add-ons for get add-ons. You can also view the add-ons if you want. And we have an app script. It's about a like a code editor, I think. So you can just use this based on your convenient. and you do have help available, and which seems to be pretty good, right? So what do you guys think about this Google Docs for taking your notes? So let me know in the comment sections below, and I will see you in the next one.